Hey guys, what a night. Fuck, what a night. Anyway, guess how I woke up this morning? Less than 15 minutes ago. I wake up and I hear Elizabeth, my daughter, spirit daughter, she came out of my innocence. She grew from my innocence and popped out. Anyway, years old, 2 years later, I was sleeping in my bed right now last night, and they usually stay away from me, but for some reason she had to watch over me while I slept. She went inside me in my head, and I woke up with her dreaming. She fell asleep. I fell asleep, and somehow we went together, and she's in my head, her energy, her connection. So she's basically sleeping on my shoulder, and she's mumbling her dreams. Fuck. The regent priest came running over. They had I don't want no region priest, and I can't attack her or do anything. It's just a mistake, but it drives you nuts, man. Drives you nuts. Anyway, she the region priest took his wand. He has like a wand, and he ran it down my spine to change my vibration, and he changed it to down. So I'm gonna go down. He goes, she'll leave you soon. Her energy and her soul connection will leave me soon. And that's basically what the priestess did to me. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. So the reason I made this video, making this video, is because what I'm gonna tell you next. This happened a few months ago, and it's happened a few months ago. So I'm in the Legion. Everybody is driving me nuts. Or I was in the, I think I was with the Regent priest sleeping, and they did something to me, and they're fucking driving me nuts. My kids were driving me nuts. Tina was driving me nuts. Jesus Christ was driving me nuts. The Regents. I don't know what the hell they were doing at the time, but I was going nuts. And I was at my mom's house and I wanted to fucking sleep. Quiet. They do things to your soul. Oh, put things in your head like mechanical fucking devices and shit to make you see. I get into that in another video. But anyway, so I'm like, I gotta go. The best way to do it is travel. You travel far, far away in the astral. That breaks all the connections or connections in your head or separates them so far that you can't hear them. So I decided I'm going to Baffin Island. Baffin Island. That's pretty far. So I dropped down the lower illusion and I started traveling towards Baffin Island, which is north. It got quiet. I went down low because I wanted to go to the earth level. So I could sleep on Baffin Island. Just curl up and go to sleep. Because in spirit world you don't get cold. So you don't have to worry about it. Or hot. You'd be standing in the ice floe You be standing on Greenland. Not feel a goddamn thing. Laying on ice. It's kind of boring watching ice and wind. But you get to sleep. You get to sleep. And it's better than the fucking noise that's in my head from the Regent priests and all them. So I'm on my way to Baffin Island, and I finally it goes quiet, and I'm out cold, right? Because I'm fucking tired. Because I can't sleep here. I sleep at my mom's house in this reality. Because the asshole next door, I can't sleep, so I'm up all night. I go to my mom's house to sleep. Well, the Regent priests were doing something to me in the spirit world, and I couldn't fucking get the noise out of my head. I'm talking, whatever they're doing, driving me fucking chin and driving me nuts. So I split to Baffin Island. So, and then halfway there, I fell asleep. I entered this, what I think is a dream, but it's not. I'm in this mall, what seems like a mall. Oh, yeah, but it's a mall, yeah. You got your main pathway through the mall, and you got hundreds of stores, and on either side of you. Then there's a off where you can walk down left or right. So I went down one of those, and there's a hallway, and then it breaks off into another hallway. It circles around. It circles around, and I'm more or less. It seems like I'm in a fucking. I got lost anyway. I get lost in the mall in reality. So all I look for is a fucking exit. So I'm in this mall in the spirit world, and I think it's a dream. I don't know at this point, but I'm in the mall and I'm lost, and I'm asking all these people, and I'm asking them, "Hey, you guys!" Like there's some kids running around playing, and I go, "Hey, where's the exit? How do you get out of here?" And they won't look at me. They just look down. They look down, and they went on their business. The kids. So I figured I'd ask somebody who worked there, and I went in and looking. I'm looking at the shopkeeper, and they're helping people out buy things, and I go, and I noticed them. They all ignored me. I ask them. I go to Lego. Hey, how the hell do you get out of here? And they're looking down at me. So I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is that about? They won't even look me in the eye. They all look down at the ground, and I fucking caught that right off the start. Why are they fucking looking down at me? Won't look at me. Well, I'm fucking talking to you. Look at me, god damn it. So I'm getting frustrated. I go to the next. I just walk, and people are coming at me shopping, carrying bags of things they bought, and they're walking by me, but they won't look at me. They won't look at me. I remember this group of people. There's a group of people. There are three girls and three guys, and they're all walking together. They're dressed beautiful. And they're walking at me, and I looked at them. I said, "Fuck, you guys are out for the night. You look sharp." And that's what I thought in my head. Like, they're all dressed up, out shopping, having a good time. Because I remember they were laughing and giggling and carrying on. And they moved out of the way for me, but they wouldn't look at me. They wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't say excuse me, or I didn't say nothing to them. I just stepped out of the way of them. But I noticed they went around me without fucking saying without even looking at me, all of them. Then I went into this bike shop. I thought that was odd. I went into this bike shop, and there's these 4 kids that work there. Kids. And they had bike parts laying all over the place. And one kid was running over, getting a bike part, and they were fixing up from all the parts of bikes. They're putting together another bike on one of them holding stands, for bikes. They had it on the holding stand, and they're putting all the pieces on to make a bike and sell it. And they had a fucking scrap load of fucking bike parts over there. I'm like, hey, you guys. And they all stopped. They just stopped. One kid ran away in the back in another room. And they wouldn't look at me. They had 3 kids standing there and they wouldn't look at me. I'm like, hey man, can you tell me how to get the hell out of this place? Where am I? Like, I'm lost in this fucking place. And they just turned around and went on the way. They just started working again. Didn't look at me once. And I noted that in my head. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm thinking this. What the fuck is wrong with all these people? So I go out in the hallway and you go around the corner in the hallway and there's steps that go down like this. 3 or 4 flights of steps go down and there's a hallway running down the middle and it leads to another room. And steps that go down here and steps crosses a hallway and steps that go up. So I go down in the steps and I come to a clothing room. But before I get into the room, it widens, or I'm in the room, I don't know which. It was right there in the corner of the steps, this room. And I walk in the room and there's a huge pile of clothes. I look at them, I'm looking at them, and over on the other side is one of them ring things that clothes hang on. In the store, you look and it spins around and you look at the clothes. Well, I'm looking for like a plaid shirt, right? Because that's what I like. Because in the summertime, they're nice and cool. They keep you cool and they look all right. I want to look for one of them. And then I noticed this girl, she went, as soon as I fucking wanted it, I saw a plaid shirt. I went to grab it and a girl came and took it from me. She goes, I'm buying this. She wouldn't look at me though. She seemed normal, like she was a shopper, but she wouldn't look at me, which is weird. And I go, fuck. I wasn't too mad because I don't even know if it fit me, but she grabbed it. I'm like, fuck, another customer. I figured it was another customer. Then I like shit. So I started looking again for more stuff and I couldn't find nothing. And I thought, hey, wait a minute. This looks familiar. This clothing store. I know this. I've been here before. And I go, yeah, that's where I slept. I sleep. And I look at the pile of clothes on the other side of the room. A big pile of clothes that got to be sorted and hung, I guess. And I look at the shopkeeper. It's just girls. They're girls. They're shopkeepers. But the people, they wouldn't look at me. They wouldn't look at me. They're helping other people, but they wouldn't look. They all cut their heads down. Well, this is nice. But they wouldn't, when they're talking to others, people in the store, they wouldn't look at them. And I'm figuring, what the fuck is going on with these? Why don't they look? So I said, I'm gonna go to sleep because this is where I sleep. This is a place where I sleep. And so I crawled under the pile of clothes, huge pile of clothes, huge. crawl in there and I'm trying to snuggle in to make like a nest for myself in the pile of clothes. And I'm going to sleep here. This is where I sleep. Sleep all day, nice and quiet. So I'm in there and I'm agitated. I can't sleep. I'm fucking tired, man. I'm so tired. I just want to sleep. And I try to sleep in the pile of clothes, but I can't get comfortable in there. So I'm like, fuck, what's going on? So I get out of the pile of clothes. I crawl out. I'm like, God damn, I can't sleep. What the hell's going on? And all of a sudden, there's these, when you're really low in the spirit world, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. So anyway, I wake up, I go back the way I came. I try to find the way I came, but I'm lost again. I don't know where the fuck I am. I try to backtrack down all the hallways to get into the main part of the mall, and I can't. And no one's looking at me. No one will fucking talk to me. I'm freaking out. I'm like in bizarro world. No shopkeepers talk to me. No fucking people are talking to me or looking at me. Not one. I must have talked to 100 people in here. Not one of them looked at me. Customers or staff in all the shops. They all look down at the ground when they're talking. Well, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? All of a sudden, boom, I wake up. Because I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I just wake up. I'm in my fucking body. I'm going, what the fuck was that about? I just said that to my fucking head. What the fuck was that about? And then I think it was Regis or, yeah. Oh, the Christ I was working with at the time. He goes, Richard, get your ass up here. I'm like, why? Who are you? He goes, I'm Jesus Christ. Get up here. Tina comes, starts yelling at me, and the kids, my kids. And I'm like, I go, hold on a minute. Something's wrong down here. And they go, what do you mean? They're yelling at me from way up high. I go, well, nobody fucking looks at me and nobody fucking talks to me. What the fuck is going on? That's why I want to know because it frustrated the hell out of me. I'm going, what the fuck is going on? And I'm still laying, I'm awake in my bed. I'm awake in my bed. And I'm talking to Jesus. And I'm standing in this fucking room, the mall, but I'm still there. I'm awake. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He goes, you don't belong in fucking Suicide City. Now get your ass back up here. Suicide City? He goes, yeah. You're in Suicide City. You go there to sleep. Tina goes, you go there to sleep. And I go, well, that's what I'm doing here because I was trying to get to sleep, but I couldn't. I crawled in the clothes pile to go to sleep because it's nice and quiet, which I always do. He goes, you don't belong down there. Now, come on, get up here. And I go, why the fuck isn't anybody looking at me or talking? They're in shame. They're in shame. I go, what do you mean shame? Shame on what? And I'm thinking the customers and the staff. That's what I'm thinking. The people that want to look at. I go, the customers are in shame. She goes, yeah. And I go, and that's why they won't look at me. Like I haven't put two and two together yet. And I go, what about the staff? All the people in the shops won't even fucking look at me. She goes, of course not. They're in shame. I'm going, oh, it's fucking crazy. What the fuck are you talking about? Tina goes, They committed suicide, so they're in shame. You live in Suicide City in shame, and you're in the mall in Suicide City. Oh, fucking Suicide City. There's a city with suicidal people in it. No, they're not suicidal people. They committed suicide from your world, but you go down here. You go down here to sleep because it's nice and quiet. No one talks to you. No one bothers you. That's why I go there to sleep because no one fucking talks to you. No one fucking looks at you, so you can sleep. You go to St. Lucian, you can't fucking. You can sleep. People, what? But in my case, people don't leave me alone. So there you go. Suicide City. So you commit suicide, you go through the gauntlet of the roundabout thing. They got different scenarios. Crazy got different scenarios for you where you get caught in the last loop you're in. The last loop of your life you're in. The trouble that made you commit suicide. You get caught in a loop and you go through it over and over and over. You live it. Sometimes for years until you get it. Until you get it. Whatever made you commit suicide, you loop around again and you commit suicide. You loop around again and you start over and you start over and you start over and you start over until you change that reality. I'm not going to commit suicide. I'm going to do something else different. Then when you it's the probable realities. You chose one way out, which is the wrong choice. Try a different probable reality. That's all you got to do in life. Just so fucking I'm leaving. Off yourself. Because when you die, you get stuck in a loop. You learn that fucking loop inside out. It could go on for 100 fucking years. But when you're ready to go, Christ will come down, get you one way or another. And you go fucking mad down there. They showed me, Christ put me in the loop, a certain loop of someone else. And I went fucking nuts over and 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 over. And you never fucking get it because it's so confusing. Then when you're done the loop, they stick you in Suicide City, which is lower than Earth. You go lower one, not really low, like in hell, but you're one lower. And I remember because I get really low, and I have these. If I go below Earth level, I have these side effects that happen to me where I'm squeezed so tight and it's so dense that I have things that happen to me inside, like so like not psychological, physiological with my soul and my body. Over time, you can feel it. I start to recognize it. Like I can by my tweaks, my physiological tweaks of being so low, I know I'm lower than the earth. So that I know to rise the fuck up and get out of there. And all the people, the whole fucking city, basically they're in shame, which means it's not by their choice. The people had their choice in Suicide City. They'd be running around like normal. But the thing is, Christ, our people, us, the normal St. Lucian people or Earth people, can go down there and go shopping in the mall. You go, well, let's go to Suicide City and go shopping. They got good things down there. You go to Suicide City, and you shop, but no one is allowed to look at you. Nobody. And it's the rules of Christ. Christ goes, you're not allowed to you can talk to people, but you can't look at them. You got to hold your head in shame. And by you doing that, that's a psychological process which rises you up to say to the earth level. And then you live there for a while and you move up and you go through the lessons. You go through the lessons. You go through the lessons, all the lessons. It takes a long fucking time. But that's the process. And that's how it's done. Well, one way anyway. That Christ does with you. Fucking crazy. And the thing that drove me nuts is no one would talk to me like, So basically, Christ goes to you and says, okay, we're putting you in Suicide City. You're going to live there for fucking ever how long it takes. You're not allowed to look at anybody. And by that process, you hold your head in shame because you committed suicide against God, against creation, over your stupid little issue. Mine is the air conditioner. I had a fucking stroke over the air conditioner in real life, but I ain't off myself. I was spiritually abusing Chris when he turns it on, my neighbor. But other than that, there's not much else I can do yet. As soon as I win the lottery, I'm fucking out of here. Or I'm moving with a friend or something. Maybe, maybe I'll get a girlfriend as a millionaire. I doubt it. But anyway, it's fun to think about. Oh, well, there's Suicide City. You gotta hold your head in shame. Now, I didn't know if there's other things they gotta do, like not like hold your head in shame. I don't know if there are other things like they can do or they can't do, like go places or psychological things. But the one thing I did fucking notice right as soon as I got there, no one would look me in the eye. Some people would talk to me, some people wouldn't. And all I wanted was exit to get the hell out of here. It's weird, man. It was fucking trip. So that's where you go when you commit suicide after the loop. The loop is bad. Holy fuck, it'll drive you nuts. You just stop and you sit there and you go. Eventually, you run around the loop for fucking years, and finally you stop and you just sit there and you're thinking, I can't fucking go on, man. This is driving me nuts. And then you don't know what to do. You're like a mouse in a maze. The mouse mazes they put the mouse in. Well, imagine all it does is loop around, and the mouse just runs around in fucking circles for fucking 20 years trying to figure it out. Finally, it stops and dies because it can't figure it out. Eventually, it will stop and die, and that's what happens. That's what they want. They want you to fucking figure it out. Then Christ comes and takes you, sticks you in Suicide City. They got it all figured out. Fuck. It's crazy. All right, guys, I'll make this little video and just wanted to tell you that. Okay. I got a lot more coming, so later.